Today I want to show you how to turn a guy on. And there are different ways to turn a guy on, and there are also different situations when you might want to turn a guy on. Maybe you want to turn on your husband, maybe you want to turn on your boyfriend, or maybe you want to turn on the guy that you want to go on the first date with, and you want to turn this first date into an unforgettable experience for him and for yourself. And there are also different ways how you can turn a guy on. You can turn him on with words, with the way you look, with the way you look at him, and you can also turn him on by touching him in a specific way. And I want to share all these different things with you. And I want to get started with how to turn a guy on with words. And the first thing that you might want to do is to whisper dirty compliments in his ear. Or the compliments don't even have to be dirty, let's be honest. They can also be innocent compliments. But when you do it in a certain way, when he can feel your breath and he knows that you are turned on by him, while you tell him how much you're turned on by him, or how much you're attracted to him, or what qualities you like about him, this can already turn his head around and spinning. And if you whisper the exact words, the devotion sequence, that you will discover if you click on the link in the description and watch this video, if you whisper this devotion sequence in his ear, I promise you that he will be so into you and devoted to you, and he will do everything that you want him to do. And let him know that you feel safe and secure with him. Always keep in mind that men have this strong biological urge, this desire to protect the woman that we are with. I mean, that's just how it is. My girlfriend is the perfect example. She's a very independent woman. She has her own career. She has her own income. She's not dependent on me. But at the same time, I derive pleasure from having this feeling of protecting her, of being able to make her feel safe and secure with me, even though when you look at it from a strictly logical point of view, she doesn't need me. But because we human beings, we are still animals and we are still programmed in a certain way, these biological triggers work for us. And if you communicate either in a direct way or in an indirect way with your body language, that he makes you feel safe, that you feel protected when he's with you, this can already turn him on. And then speak in a soft and seductive voice. There's just something about a woman who speaks in a soft and feminine voice. If you do that with the man that you want to turn on, I promise you, and I really guarantee you, that he will be turned on by you. If you just change your voice in a more feminine, in a more soft way. I don't want to show you now how to do it because I'm a guy, and when I do it, it sounds really weird, but I hope you get what I mean. When you just speak with a softer voice, a little bit high-pitched, maybe even a little bit feminine, and you then whisper in his ear. Remember what I said? Whisper dirty compliments or just regular compliments in his ear. And if you combine this with this technique, then he will be turned on by you. And ask open-ended sensual questions. That's also something that my girlfriend is very good at. For example, when we watch a movie together and she wants to do more than just cuddling, then she really loves to say things like, "What are we gonna do right now? What do you want me to do right now?" And she might hate me for saying this right now, and she might hate me for revealing this to you. But that's a risk I have to take because I want to help you with your dating life. So yes, my girlfriend is already very good at it, and I hope that you will also be good at it. Because if you ask a guy, when you're just cuddling with him on the couch, "What do you want me to do right now?" his mind will explode. And tell him that you're not wearing any underwear. And I know this is very risky, and you might not want to do it. It's okay. This is really the riskiest tip that I share with you here, but I thought I include it because it's so goddamn effective. I mean, have you ever seen one of these Hollywood comedy movies where the woman says, "I don't wear any underwear," and then you see his face getting all excited, getting red, and he's just completely mind blown. And the same will happen to the guy that you want to turn on. And this works especially well if you want to turn on a guy that you're already dating, because maybe your relationship has become a little bit boring and the bedroom activity is not that exciting anymore. I promise you, if you go on a date night with him and he doesn't expect that because you haven't been intimate in a very passionate way in a long time, and you then whisper in his ear, "I don't wear any underwear," while you're in the restaurant, he will probably drop the fork and the knife to the floor and start sweating, and he will be turned on. And if you want to take a big risk, then you can even do this with the guy that you go on the first or second or third date with. Or let's say it like this, it's not really a risk, it's just very, very bold, it's just very courageous. But there's no risk, because I promise you, in some sense, we men are very simple. If you say this to a guy that you want to turn on, he will be turned on. It's inevitable. And now let's have a look at how to turn a guy on with the way you look. And the first tip I want to share with you is to dress to impress and dress to undress. When it comes to turning a guy on with the way you look, it's actually very easy. Like I said, we men are very simple in this case, and we are visually stimulated. If you wear your tightest dress, he will be turned on, period. I know it's not very politically correct, but I'm not PC principal, and I'm also not PC dating coach. That's the truth. That's how men work. Men are very visual, and if you dress to undress, he'll want to undress you. It's really that simple. And you can wear his favorite dress. I think there's no man on earth who doesn't have this one dress in mind, that when his girlfriend wears this dress, he loses his mind. When I think about this dress, I have a specific dress in mind that my girlfriend sometimes wears, and I think she could wear it every day. It's a tight green dress that's really tight on the upper body, but then it reaches very far down to the legs. It's somehow a combination of an elegant, innocent style with a sensual style, and it just drives me crazy. And if you know exactly what kind of dress the guy that you want to turn on is into, I mean, not for himself, you don't want him to wear the dress, but let's say what kind of dress he thinks is attractive on you, and you wear this dress, then he will be turned on by you. And if you don't know, you can simply ask him. Just say, hey honey, what kind of dress do you like me to wear? In what kind of dress do you like me to see? And you've maybe never asked him this question, and I guarantee you, if you ask him, he will be turned on. The moment you ask him, you don't even have to wear it. Just the fact that you're asking him this question will already turn him on. And you can combine an innocent style or an elegant style with a seductive body language. For example, if you dress in a very conservative way, but your body says the opposite, this then leads to cognitive dissonance in his brain, and it will confuse him in a very positive way, because this contrast will turn him on so much. And now let's have a look at how to turn a guy on by the way you look at him. And the first tip I want to share with you is to hold prolonged eye contact as long as you can. When a woman is confident enough to look into the eyes of a man, this man will really appreciate it on a deep primal level. And if you combine this direct eye contact with a cheeky smile, with a seductive smile, then he will be turned on. And another thing you can do is to lick or bite your lips to let him know that you want to kiss him. This is also one of these techniques that drives us men crazy. And you don't have to over-exaggerate it. You don't have to do it like in some kind of Hollywood comedy movie where they go licking their lips 10,000 times. That's not what I mean. Just licking your lips very, very gently and just for a couple of seconds or even a couple of milliseconds. He will notice it, believe me, because while he's talking to you, he will be automatically staring at your lips, especially if you use this technique with a guy that you want to turn on the first date, second date, or third date when you're not dating yet. Because then he's already so into you that he will stare at your lips because he thinks about kissing you. This technique might be a little bit harder to pull off with a guy that you're already dating and things have gone a little bit boring in the relationship, because then he might not always be focused on your lips. But if you use this technique with a guy that you just started dating or that you don't even date yet, then I guarantee that it will work like gangbusters. And look at him with hungry eyes. Men love it when women show them what they want and that they want them. I mean, when a woman shows me in a direct way, I want you, even though my girlfriend won't like that. But let's say when a woman shows me that she really wants me, of course it turns me on. I mean, like I said, human beings are still animals. We respond to these things. And if a woman shows me that she wants me, this makes me want her even more. And the same is true for the man that you want to turn on. And don't worry, you won't get judged. I mean, if he judges you, then he's clearly not the right guy for you, because only insecure men judge women when they go for what they want. A confident man wants a confident woman. And if you show him that you have the confidence to communicate that you want him with your hungry eyes, he'll want you even more. Now let's have a look at how to turn a guy on with the way you touch him. You can touch him when it's not really appropriate to touch him. And this is something That's a secret seduction technique that every woman should know, and that's why I want to share it with you. And if you want to learn even more secrets that will drive the man that you want to attract crazy in a very good way, then you can click on the link in the description and inquire for your first Skype coaching session with me. Because I helped so many women just like you to get the man of their dreams and to make that man commit to them. And if you want to have the same experience, I would love to coach you. Now let's get back to the seduction technique. If you touch him when it's not really appropriate to touch him, this creates this atmosphere of excitement, of who we're doing something forbidden. It's our little secret. It also creates this intimate atmosphere and this trust between you and him, this bond. For example, when you're out socializing with friends, you can just touch him under the table. Not in a very obvious way, but just a slight touch and then look at him with a smile. He will get it and he will be turned on. And kiss his neck while you're snuggling up to him. This is so effective, and I know this because, again, my girlfriend does that all the time when we're watching a movie together. She knows exactly what buttons she has to press with me. And I mean, yeah, maybe that's my fault because I talked so much about dating advice with her. If you do this and you then whisper the devotion sequence in his ear while you're kissing his neck, then he won't be able to resist you, I promise you that. And if you want to find out more about the devotion sequence, then you have to click on the link in the description and watch this incredible video till the very end. Because in this video, you will discover what it really means to make a man devoted to you. And when he's turned on and he's devoted to you, then you'll never have to worry again about any other woman stealing your man. Because he will be emotionally, physically, and sensually so attracted to you that he will be loyal to you. And give him a soft and gentle massage. You can start by massaging his neck and then go down his lower back. And remember, while you're doing that, you can always whisper the devotion sequence in his ear to make sure that he will do everything you want him to do. Or you can also start massaging his legs and move your way up. And when you're massaging his legs and move your way up, then he's already turned on. And the last technique I want to share with you, maybe the weirdest technique, but I have to share it with you anyway because it's so effective. Tickle him and turn the tickle fight into hugging, touching, and more. This is one of the easiest ways to turn a guy on that you're still not dating but that you want to date. Let's say you're in the second date and you are at his place and you're watching a movie and he's too shy to make the first move, but you really want him, you want to turn him on. How do you start things? How do you escalate? You start to initiate the body contact with tickling. It's really that simple. You tickle him. It's the perfect playful way to transition into a more sensual experience because first you're tickling him, then you're hugging, then you're smiling, then you're kissing, and then you're transitioning into more and more. And of course, you can also do that when you're already in a relationship with him. This technique can work at any stage of the relationship. And if you want to know how to turn a guy on because you want to make a man you just met devoted to you, or you want to rekindle the flame in your relationship and you want to make your boyfriend or husband devoted to you, then I can highly recommend that you check out the link in the description and watch this incredible video till the very end. Because in this video, you will discover the devotion sequence. And I promise you, you will not regret using the devotion sequence on the man you want to turn on. And if you enjoyed watching this video, if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and leave a comment in the comment section below. Share your opinion, share your thoughts. I would love to hear from you. And I would love it even more if you would hit the subscribe button and smash that notification bell so that you get notified whenever I release a new video for you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video.